Hello out there, Randomizer. I'm One Free Fits, your host again for this upcoming Tunic Randomizer 2 versus 2 race. I'm really excited. We did meet the link traps incentives for this one. So thanks to those donations, I will learn what that means. And is it bad for our runners? I don't know, for real. And I wanted to highlight incentives on a couple of upcoming races before I turn it over to our commentators to introduce the runners and kick us underway. So, Mystic Quest Randomizer is up next. We have a bid war where we can select the sprite that takes over for Benjamin for both of our runners. There's a lot of fun ones there to choose from. After that, Super Metroid Totals Multi World, another sprite selection bid war, as of course, the ever favorite and popular save or don't save. The animals, their fate is in our hands. But with that, let me turn it over to our commentators, Jim the Eternal and Silent. Good evening. Tell us what we're here for.
Yeah, thank you very much for the intro. I am Jim the Eternal Tunic aficionado. With me is Silent Destroyer, who is the primary dev, one of the primary devs on the Rando. So somebody who has a lot of intimate knowledge of what's going on here. Say hi.
Hello, my name's Silent. Happy to be here.
And what we've got going on here is a 2v2 race of the Tunic Randomizer. We have Beauty and Discovery and Matthias Silvers on the right side of the map. That's one team. The other team on the left side is going to be Crealia and Nolami Amada. And what we've got going here is it's actually fairly complex. So we have one set of seeds for the racers is entrance rando, which means that the entrances don't take them to where it usually takes them. Instead, it'll take them to any other linked location, and it's all randomized and fully set up. So that's the top half. Beauty and Crealia are both our entrance randomizer racers, and then the bottom half, Matthias and Amada, are running ladder rando. So most of the ladders that exist in Tunic are instead randomized items that need to be sent to them or found in their own world. On top of that, the trap link incentive was met, which means that there's a bunch of checks that are going to be traps, and there's a whole variety of traps. And anytime any trap gets sent, both racers are going to get hit with that trap, so that's cool. The enemy rando incentive, I think, did not get met, but that is ongoing. That is something that we can change mid-run. So please continue to donate for that incentive. If that incentive gets met, then we'll turn it on for the racers at whatever point in the race we are, and then all of the enemies will be randomized, and that's going to be an incredible experience.
Yeah, enemy rando and Tunic is a great time. So
yeah, so that's going to be wild. I think that wraps it up for just the opening descriptions. Anything I missed, Silent?
I think we're good to go. Anything else we could just explain as we get started? But
yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot to talk about once we get started. This game moves a mile a minute, so I
yeah.
will drop the gate for our racers, and we'll be good to go. All right, the countdown has started, so we will be seeing this race get started, and yeah, things are going to be moving very, very fast, almost immediately. Do you want to talk about the Holy Cross code real quick?
Yeah, we'll wait till they get started. But essentially, if you haven't played Tunic, there's going to be probably a couple things that are going to look pretty spoilery in this race. Tunic is a game all about secrets. A lot of the things in the game are like knowledge-based progression that, as far as the randomizer goes, the randomizer on base settings is actually really, really open from the start. There's a lot of areas you can just go from sphere 0, just straight from the get-go. That's part of the reason that we made ladder rando, is we took a lot of the ladders in the game and just kind of like removed them from the game world until you find an item that puts it back. So that blocks off access to a lot of areas straight off the bat. But there's a thing in the game called the Holy Cross. There's a lot of secret puzzles that are involved with that. Do they have ability shuffle on, Jim? I don't know if
Oh yeah, they definitely do.
Okay, they do, yes. So another option that all of the runners have is ability shuffle, where a lot of that knowledge-based progression that I mentioned is actually also locked behind items. So that's another kind of layer of gating that we have added to the render as well. So we'll have to
Yeah.
keep an eye out if they ever get any of those.
So we actually have our entrance rando players kind of following in each other's footsteps right now. and they're just going to keep finding new locations. The far shore, which Crealia just wandered into, is a fantastic find because it's kind of a hub location. So it definitely gives you a lot of entrances to look for. And the primary thing that the entrance rando players are looking for is not only the hubs, but also the big major zones that are going to have a lot of checks in them, like East Forest, which Crealia just wandered into. That is a neat set of 8 to 10 checks, I think, that are currently accessible. So that's going to be really nice. Meanwhile, our ladder rando players at the bottom are going to have a more recognizable playthrough in terms of where they're going, but they are gated by those ladders. So they're not going to have a lot of options in the beginning. And in fact, if the seed is particularly unlucky, they might end up just kind of blocked for checks until they get one of a couple of fairly important ladders. And there's that trap. So the first trap that we received on the left side just altered the angle of play. So the rooms that they were stuck in just angled 45 degrees, so you're looking at them head on, which is really, really disorienting as a runner for sure.
Yeah, Tunic, if you can't tell, is a like isometric kind of half angle, like top down. So we made a lot of like use out of the like camera angles, playing with that for some of the fool effects in the rando. And they've all turned out pretty fun. So
Well, is that a gun on Silver's side? That's fantastic. So all of the items are obviously randomized, which means you start the game with no weapons, no way to deal with damage other than the freebie bombs that you saw them putting in the codes for at the very beginning. Finding a gun this early is very, very powerful as a weapon, although it's limited by your mana, so you don't have that many shots with it. But it does give you a lot of freedom to kind of clear out enemies just like that and make your way to some of the maybe a little bit harder to execute checks early on. But of course, we will see where they all end up going and what kind of the next progression item they find is. So far, the entrance random players.
To the well. The well is actually one of those areas that you can get to from the start of the game. There's a lot of enemies blocking the path, so the fact that he found the gun is pretty handy for that. But he also doesn't have the ladder to get into the well yet, so that's we'll have to see if he comes back later for that.
Yeah, the well ladders are actually one of the really convenient ones because I think it's the same ladder set to both get into the well and fully explore the well.
Yeah.
So the well ladders are going to provide a whole heck of a decent chunk of new checks that are available, which ladders is otherwise kind of in short supply, even with all of the shortcuts in this game. Like Silent was saying earlier, there are just so many places that you can get to from the very beginning, but the ladders definitely restrict that availability.
Yeah, and I don't know if we mentioned it, but a lot of the like ladder items that were added to the rando, they kind of correspond to like certain groups of ladders, so it's not necessarily individual ladders. In some cases it is. But for example, in the overworld, there's a set of like 3 ladders that kind of gate like a general area, so we kind of take those all away and kind of lock them behind a single item. And that's the same case for a lot of other ladders around the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll find groups of like ladders near a particular point, or ladders that allow you access to a particular zone, even though that zone is accessible one of maybe 3 different ways, depending on what the zone is. But having access to already East Forest on Crealia's side is a pretty big game for entrance rando. A lot of entrance rando is kind of spent looking for some of these major zones, some of these zones that have a decent number of checks available in them. Now getting trapped and bullied by rudlings, but making their way forward. God, I love these traps. The big head trap is definitely one of the most entertaining ones to watch. And our ladder players don't seem to have found any major progression yet, just kind of running around the overworld and looking for ways to get into zones. I think ladders in Swamp is probably not the zone they were looking for. Swamp, one of the later game zones that are a little bit more difficult. Did you catch what the hint was?
I did not, unfortunately.
Okay, so go for it.
So Matthias, and I think Amada also both just found ladders in Swamp. I think that's one of the rare cases where there's both ladders in Swamp and ladder to Swamp, just because there's a lot of ladders in the Swamp once you get there, but Swamp is a really big area, so that was a good way to like split it into 2 different kind of gates there. So they don't have the ladders to Swamp yet, and Swamp is notoriously one of the scariest areas in the game. So that would be unfortunate if that was ladders to Swamp that they had found first, but I think they're safe for a little bit.
Absolutely. So Beauty and Discovery actually found one of the more important zones to find, which is the Sealed Temple. It comes with a hint for the Laurels, which is bar none the best progression item any of our runners can find. And I believe it was somewhere in his partner's world, so somewhere in Matthias Silver's world. I'm not exactly, I didn't quite catch the hint. But that hint is now available. So Matthias has a direction to go in order to help Beauty kind of find their next step. In addition, the Sealed Temple is a place that they're going to have to visit in order to unlock the final boss fight. Part of the intended path in Tunic is finding 3 Questigons that have to be placed in the Sealed Temple in order to unlock the fight with the Heir, the final boss. So finding that Sealed Temple at this point is actually a really, really nice find because they know where to go in order to drop off those Questigons. And also, it looked like the other end, the other connection of that Sealed Temple was into a dead-end room. So there's only one way into it. So that's a very nice find at this point.
Oh, nice, yeah. They will still also have to find the final boss room, though. So that is also randomized in the entrances as well. So that they found one half of the equation. So
yeah, the path for entrance randomizer is very interesting. The path for our ladders players, they know where their Sealed Temple is. They know where their air fight is. But they are going to need to unlock the prayer ability in addition to opening up the way into the Sealed Temple and finding those 3 ever-important Questigons. Meanwhile, our entrance rando players don't know where the things are, but also don't necessarily have to find anything to unlock those locations. Being able to get into the air fight in the Sealed Temple without prayer, for example, without needing to go to the various separate bells in the overworld and unlock the Sealed Temple. So that can potentially streamline that if they find their things quickly. Matthias into the patrol cave here, which is a neat little area hidden behind the waterfall. But that's also the dead end that's on the other side of the Sealed Temple for our ER players. Wow, it is a lot to keep track of 4 runners all at once. Oh, Creelia found a way into West Garden. So that's pretty cool. This is another huge zone that is going to be a nice find. One of those important, like, I need to know sort of where I can go from the overworld. And this is a great destination once you've kind of cleared out those initial checks. So Creelia is probably going to be spending some time here getting some checks and hopefully finding some progression. Either for themselves or for Amada. I don't know how limited Amada is right now in terms of the ladders that they have available. So they're definitely going to be looking for something soon, though.
Yeah, Beauty also stumbled into Ruined Atoll at some point, which is pretty similar in size and check density to West Gardens. We've got both of the entrance players kind of finding their way through equal-sized areas right now, although Beauty seems to be getting bullied by some crabs at the moment.
Wow. That's impressive. Looks like Matthias has actually found enough ladders to make their way into East Forest. So that's some pretty big game for the ladder player. Looks like they are heading in that direction now. So we'll probably see some exploration in there. It actually looked like they wanted to make sure that their save was still in the overworld, so the checkpoint, probably to potentially enable a death warp, since coming out of East Forest is a little difficult sometimes. But East Forest is one of the bell locations, so this is an important first stop if they're looking to open up their Sealed Temple. This is going to be a big help if they don't find their Laurels sooner rather than later. The Laurels, of course, being one of the ways to get into a lot of different places and circumvents just a whole bunch of other progression otherwise. Oh, not dipping into East Forest yet. I guess they haven't found the ladder that goes into East Forest from the bell tower yet. But otherwise have a decent chunk of the overworld ladders now, it looks like. And Amada in the exact same place, following in their footsteps. Man, seeing that trap link is so brutal. Creelia now also finding their way into that into the Ruined Atoll. So a whole bunch of checks coming up. Beauty continues to get bullied by crabs.
Yeah, Rundatoll, a lot of the areas, if you don't have a weapon at the start of at the rando, you're kind of just running past enemies for most of it, and Rundatoll especially, there's slorms, which are the like squid things that they spin really fast, and then the crabs will just, there's a lot of crabs in here, so not a great place to be without any way to fight back, but
Yeah. And
that's early Tunic rando.
notably at this point is still really lacking in terms of combat ability, it would seem. We have a stick for Crealia. I know there was a hint for a sword upgrade in the old house for the ladder players. Not sure if they've been able to find it. But
I
Amada
think
has their gun and their stick, so
I think the entrance
both-
players have a sword upgrade in the library lab, which
Mm.
obviously could be any time because it's entrance rando, but normally that would be pretty far into the seed. I saw a hint. I don't know if it may have said ladders library. I don't quite remember.
Yeah. So they know of a couple of locations for their stuff. Oh, tiny fops. Look at that little cutie. So one of the traps changes the size of your character, which doesn't actually affect their run speed, although it kind of seems like it, but does affect their range. So you have a harder time hitting people from there. Plenty of corridors in Entrance Randomizer, just scenes that link two other scenes together. But also some of those are not really traversable unless you have the right materials or the right progression items. We saw Crealia finding the library exterior, which you need to have either the magic orb or the laurels in order to get past. So for now is a dead end until they find some more progression. Is Matthias doing Dark Tomb?
Oh, I think so actually. That's kind of
man.
impressive. I did just see on Crealia's screen, there's a sword upgrade in Secret Gathering Place, which has like
That's
a
dangerous.
2/3 chance of being locked behind getting many of a specific item. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, both of our ladders players on Lanternless Dark Tomb because the progression has not been kind. We're also seeing the occasional hint for hero relics. The hero relics are going to be some nice finds. Actually, it looks like we've already found the HP hero relic for both of our ER players. This is what allows your stats. So the stats, the way the stat upgrade system works is you can find an item to offer at a save point and then pay a little bit of money, and it'll increase one of 6 different stats. However, when you're in the far shore or when you're in one of these kind of ghost locations, your stats are locked to their base amount unless you found the hero relic for that item in order to unlock those stats. So that makes yet another set of things that makes the boss fight much more difficult, since the air is in one of those far shore locations. So if you want to be able to deal kind of a reasonable amount of damage, you should probably find the attack relic in order to unlock the attack upgrades on your weapon. But
Yeah,
any of the other stats are always nice to find.
Crealia actually did just find the attack relic in the library lab. They did not find their sword, so it must have been that their sword is in the Motto's world instead. But they found the attack relic, which is going to be really, really great at the end of the race.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to jump in here with just a quick reminder. We actually have an open incentive on this race in progress, where if we meet it, we will get to see the runners turn on enemy rando and immediately have to deal with that. I think that's super neat to have one that can impact mid race. I'm going to throw that donate link in the chat if you would like to help make that happen. Head on over to the Tiltify, put in a donation, leave us a comment about what you would like it to go towards. In this case, it would be Tunic enemy rando, please. And I'm pretty confident we can make that happen in the next, let's say, like 20, 30 minutes. I'd love to see it. Back to our commentators.
So Beauty taking advantage
real
of
quick, Jim, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I'll second the enemy rando is one of my favorite things. I think in the rando, there's a lot of like unused enemies that were in the game that we've reintroduced, so it just adds a lot of chaos to the run. So if you want to see that, please, by all means. But yeah, back to Jim.
We found some Dark Tomb ladders for Matthias in the shop. So that's going to be once they have enough money for it, that'll be convenient. But we saw Beauty and Discovery taking advantage of the enemies in a very interesting way. There are bushes that block a lot of progression, but because you are seeded with some number of explosives, and because enemies can break those bushes for you, they're not really considered in terms of the logic of the game. So sometimes you have to, lure a slime halfway across a map in order to chop down a tree for you, in order to let you go through an area. And Beauty was doing that in the West Garden Bell, or in the East Forest Bell Tower. Yet another connector for Beauty and Discovery. Meanwhile, both of our ladder players still running around in the overworld. Looks like Matthias found the ladders. I don't know if those are ladders near East Forest or ladders near Weathervane, but a lot of kind of individual checks here on the way towards the East Forest / swamp area. And I think otherwise we're still just kind of running around and looking for some of that early progression. Beauty showing off some of our hint system here. So there are statues. Oh, is that?
Oh, yeah, Beauty just got the laurels.
Yes. Okay. So Matthias found Beauty's. We'll talk about hints later, I guess.
Looks like it didn't work. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll talk about the hints later. So the laurels is one of the more important things that you can find. You can actually, if you look at Beauty's screen, you can see him sort of dashing around, and this dash can jump over gaps, which means there is a lot of places that you might normally need, say, the magic orb or some other kind of progression to get through, that the laurels just shortcuts. As well as being kind of one of the more important things for speed purposes, just in terms of running around the map. This definitely enables you to move around in a way that you wouldn't otherwise, and really gives you a lot of freedom in the game. So getting an early laurels, and at this point, like sub 20 minutes into the seed is a pretty early laurels. This is a really, really nice find for that team. Although Amada is in that general location, and we'll probably see it. Yep, definitely sees that chest and immediately heads towards it. So we'll see Crealia also with the laurels almost immediately. So
yeah, I don't know. Would you say it's more or less impactful for entrance Rando versus ladders having the laurels early? Because I feel like for entrance Rando, you're still just kind of at the mercy of what entrances you find. Honestly, with a lot of the ladders, we tried to make them so that laurels didn't impact it that greatly, but there are some shortcuts to get to some areas to bypass some ladders with it. Looks like Mata just got ladders to West Bell, which I think they'd have to still go out through West Garden to be able to ring that bell.
Both of our ladders players kind of keeping pace here, so it seems as the kind of both teams are finding the same sets of progression at around the same time. Amada and Silvers both playing around in this swamp area. One of the later game locations, so definitely a rough place to just run around without a lot of progression or without a lot of combat ability. But very check dense. 22, 23, I think, something like that. Maybe closer to 20 checks just available with very little progression, and a couple of checks that are a little bit harder to get. Those the cloaked idiots that teleport and then shoot you are so difficult to deal with. Even without progression, though, there are a lot of shortcuts in the swamp, so you can see Amada kind of going around the fence here. This is supposed to prevent you from getting into this the right side of the swamp without a little bit more progression or a little bit more abilities. But in this case, there is a shortcut to kind of go around all of that, and Amada finds themselves in the kind of graveyard area of the swamp, waking up a lot of skeletons and drawing a lot of aggro, so I think it's going to be kind of dangerous for them. Crealia also now doing... Go ahead.
Oh, I saw Beauty found Purgatory, which is like a secret room that is for like a really late game puzzle that you don't actually access in the normal save file, but we put it in the entrance Rando just because it's fun.
Yeah, that's a nice one. It's also just like a connector, so you can go from one place to another, but it finding all the random different connectors, some of which have, progression, some of which don't, is always really interesting. The entrance randomizer also shows off the signs have changed a little bit to indicate kind of what's in which location, which is a nice touch. Once again, the trap that just straightens out the map. It's so horrible.
Yeah, for most of the signs, they're kind of just pointed at the door that they like are directly next to. But we put the location that like the door leads to on all of them just because it was fun. But there's a couple that they point to like a locked door, so you could read it early and know like if you need to care about like that key or not. So there's some play to it.
Ooh, finding the cathedral, yet another fairly late game location, but one that has a couple of checks that are fairly easy to get to, as well as a couple of checks that are kind of a nightmare to get to if you don't have good combat. So we'll see how deep Crealia intends to go into the cathedral. Beauty, meanwhile, looking for a couple more entrances, and has found a couple of spots now into the hero's grave. Any particularly important items in the hero's grave? This looks like it's Beauty's first look at it as well, kind of trying to see if there's anything relevant there. Looked like mostly fairies and money. And given the trap settings, all of those money are probably traps. So maybe nothing particularly important there, but one of those things that's important to keep in mind if there is something relevant there. If there's not something relevant there, then great. Although it's maybe less important for the entrance rando players because they don't know where their hero's grave locations are. So it's just a matter of luck if they run into it or not.
Yeah, because the ladders players can just actively choose to ignore it if once they get to see it.
Both of our ladders players still going through the swamp. I've been kind of focused on the entrance rando, especially Crealia. Just it's entrancing watching them try and get through the cathedral. But our ladders players still going through the swamp. Doesn't look like they have found anything particularly impressive so far. Trying to keep an eye on 4 different people at once to see whether or not they find something relevant.
Nobody has a sword yet, at least, which would be
nobody has a sword yet, and Matthias still doesn't even have a stick equipped, which is pretty unfortunate. I have to wonder what check Beauty missed that Crealia got.
Both of our entrance players got the laurels within like a relatively nice time frame, because that can definitely change the game if one player has laurels for like a significantly extended period over the other. But that kind of evens it out a little bit, which is nice.
Crealia actually had enough fairies to open up one of the checks in the
oh really?
The waterfall, yeah.
So that means
I don't think it was the sword
fairies,
though.
20 fairies. Well, I guess I didn't pay attention. We would have seen it if it was a freestanding item. So it might be the chest if they don't have Holy Cross yet.
Yeah, they don't have Holy Cross.
The hopeful scenario for them. But I just didn't pay attention when they were in that room.
Yeah, looks like the ladders players. Aha, yeah, Matthias is finally getting into East Forest proper now. Found the ladders. Ooh, and a blue Questagon there. Who's blue Questagon? Their own blue Questagon. Okay, is that one of 6? I'll have to keep an eye out for once people open up their items menu so we can see kind of how much of that progression they have. Crealia found Librarian, deciding not to fight the Librarian. Understandable.
Seems our ladders players are kind of taking two different routes here. Matthias is going through East Forest, which is a pretty early game area, so it's less scary to do without any sort of like stick or sword. Amada is just going straight for the swamp, which, as I mentioned earlier, is one of the late game. There's a lot of enemies, but if you clear early, there might be some good stuff there. They both kind of have. I think swamp has a couple more checks though than East Forest though, so there might be some worth to it.
Yeah, I think Matthias has cleared out a decent chunk of the swamp, or maybe just cleared out some of the swamp, got killed, and decided not to go back, which wouldn't surprise me either. But yeah, Amada going into the deeper parts of the swamp now, so definitely going to run into more of those shotgun-wielding, trench-coated birds. Are they birds? They seem like birds. They're big enough jerks to be birds.
I think they're supposed to be crows. I don't. They're just kind of cloaks, though. It's kind of hard to
Yeah,
tell.
yeah.
I think they're meant to be like some sort of crow.
That makes
Or
some amount of
down.
sense to me. I would believe that. Yeah, no Questigons yet for Amada. We have one Questigon for Silver. I haven't seen Crealia or Beauty open up their item screen yet. There we go. Oh, we have a Questigon for Crealia. They found the red Questigon at some point earlier.
Okay.
So some amount of progress, making their way towards their end, but
I think
still a
either
long
of
way
them
to
have
go.
found the area though, which is
No, they have. They have.
oh, have they? Wait,
I
have they?
think they wandered into the air at some point. I'm gonna double check against the tracker that I'm trying to pay attention to.
Yeah, I don't see it on the tracker at least. Uh,
Oh, okay. I thought it'd been found. Okay, my mistake then.
yeah.
Maybe just the sealed temple has been found, and that might also only have been on Beauty's side.
I think they found the opposite side of the area, so the fast travel hub.
Right.
They
Yeah.
they both went through there at least.
Yeah, the Far
Um,
Shore hub.
but yeah, I guess it is worth pointing out we have both of the teams like automated entrance trackers pulled up, so we can kind of tell if they've been through certain key important locations or not yet.
Yeah, Crealia hasn't found the sealed temple yet, so that's probably something that they're going to be worried about sooner rather than later. Well, Amada making really good progress in the swamp. It's kind of impressive. Um, there is a check here that they can't get without Holy Cross, but they have cleared out a lot of this territory. And the quit to menu in order to facilitate getting back to the entrance to the swamp without having to run all the way back. A cool use of speedrun tech there. Quitting to menu returns you to your last checkpoint or the last entrance to a zone. And Matthias now kind of getting through the rest of East Forest, it looks like. Maybe looking to ring a bell, I think. I keep having to remember that they have onslaught traps on, which explains why Matthias refuses to pick up money. So there's a lot of different settings to traps. You can decide how many traps are in your world based on which checks they replace. And onslaught is the highest setting. So a good chunk of the checks that would otherwise be money are instead traps. And Matthias has decided that they are not willing to roll those dice and will just leave the money on the ground.
Yeah. Um, Especially there's a way if it's like a freestanding money item, if you like leave the area and come back, if it changes color or shape, then you know it's a fool trap. But it might just not even be worth picking it up to begin with. Money's not super critical. I mean, it's nice for upgrades and maybe there's the occasional shop item you might need to buy, but it's fairly safe to just skip it if they want to be safe about it. Yeah, onslaught at base settings is 50 out of 302 checks because it replaces a lot of like low value money items. I think money in the base item pool makes up about 25% of all the items, so it doesn't. There's still plenty of money like left over even on onslaught settings.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing that Crealia has already found the orb and prayer, so that's going to open up a bunch more locations. But of course, entrance randomizer, so you don't necessarily know where any of those locations will lead. Yep, there's Limbo again.
Yep, and we see Matthias completely skipping the East Forest boss. That's like the first kind of tutorial boss of the game, but you can sneak around and just open the gate without him even seeing you. So, if you end up coming to this area without a weapon in the rando, you're kind of just safe because you can just leave for free, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. The guard captain there notoriously short-sighted, so easy to just walk around. Beauty and Discovery finding the quarry, another somewhat more annoying location to traverse, but a bunch of checks available. So a lot of stuff to find over here, and that is a one of the more check dense areas that you can find. So for entrance randomizer purposes, the quarry is a nice place to know about. But it is all one screen, which means if you get trapped like this, So he has the angle changed for Beauty and Discovery. It is very annoying to clear that. Fortunately, the
You get so
checkpoint
used
does
to
the
the
job.
like isometric camera angles that even when it's just like shifted by 45 degrees, or there's one that completely like flips the world. I think that one is also pretty disorienting in
So
a lot of the
off-putting.
areas.
Have Amada going through the East Forest now, so into one of the very early game locations where you were supposed to originally find a sword, and getting a couple of checks there. Corellia cruising through the far shore here, so a bunch more locations because the far shore is such an important hub. It's sort of very quick, easy access to 5, 6, 7 different portals that can take you to all kinds of different places. Yeah, just kind of looking for more stuff now. Not exactly sure where the progression is. Trying to keep an eye out for more questigons, since that's going to lead us closer to the end game. But sword upgrade in the sealed temple?
Oh, that's fun.
That's going to be far away.
Yeah. Unless they get laurels, they can sneak in through the. Well, they need laurels and the ladder.
Mhm.
But the alternative is going all the way through West Garden to ring the other bell. So either
Right.
one kind of is up in the air.
Yeah, and then they need access to West Garden, and then also the access the bell ladders, the West Bell ladders.
Oh, that's
So
true.
a lot of
So I
things
guess
need to go right.
it's laurels and the temple ladders, or laurels and the West Bell ladders, or West Bell ladders. They go through West Garden, which would take way longer.
Mhm.
But we'll have to see.
Corellia finally found their entrance to the sealed temple, so now they are, I think, caught up with Beauty in terms of that important piece of progression, in terms of knowing where they need to go. Neither player, as far as I know, has found the air yet. So that's still going to be something that they're seeking out. There is
Right.
supposed to be
Yeah.
a hint fox that gives them information about the location of the air. So Rando's not quite that cruel. You don't need to just go hunting.
Yeah. The hint system in this game, or in this rando, is that there's a lot of like NPC ghost foxes that will spawn across the map, and they will give you hints to like specific items or specific like hard to reach checks and tell you what they have. There's like a bunch of places they can spawn in, but only like a limited amount appear per seed. But on entrance rando, there's always one that will specifically tell you what connection takes you to the air fight. I believe there was a Path of the Hero hint for coins in the well. I don't know which seed or which player that was for, but
Well, that's
um,
brutal.
there's 17 coins in the game, and you throw them into the well to get checks. But there's only 2 extras, so like at most you need 15 to get the final check. Um, so if it ends up being 15 for an important item, that's we might have to be running around looking for coins
Potentially very
later on.
rough. Yeah, so the Path of the Hero hints are actually really interesting. There are 6 locations that in the vanilla game are the teleporters to the hero's grave. And each of them in the rando provides an important hint. 3 of them are Path of the Hero hints, so providing you a generalized location of some very useful progression item. And the other 3 are Questagon location hints, so providing the generalized locations of the 3 Questagons that you need in order to open up the Path to the Air. And then once all of those hints are found, then the hints actually change and provide hints to the hero relics, which is very, very cool. The hint system in this game, you folks have done real well with really fleshing it out and making it feel very useful. Hourglass in the cathedral. All right, probably not getting that. For the entrance or the ladder rando players, I think getting entrance to the cathedral is a long and involved process. So probably not going all the way out there if they can possibly avoid it. But we have a bell rung for Amada now. I think Matthias has already rung the East Forest bell. So this is now
Yes.
Amada catching up a little bit.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. We have a $15 donation from Meridian BC with the comment, shout out to the best Final Fantasy 1 NES randomizer out there. Please put this towards Mystic Quest Rando Potato Sprite being Aerith. So thank you for that donation. We still have an incentive right now open for the Tunic enemy rando. We're only $60 away from that getting turned on immediately for our players, as well as the Sprite bid war for Possum and Potato Sprite still wide open and up for grabs. I'm going to turn it back to our commentators for some more Tunic action.
So Abada found their Ladders in the Dark Tomb in their shop. And given their already willingness to do Lanternless Dark Tomb, wouldn't surprise me if we see Amada heading towards West Garden immediately after that.
I believe
Matthias,
they also do
meanwhile-
have the West Bell ladder, so it wouldn't be too far-fetched. It
Ooh.
depended if they want to do Dark Tomb without Lantern, which takes a certain type of person to want to do that, but we'll see.
Yeah, Matthias, meanwhile, going into still hanging out in the quarry. I think they spent a while there already, and there are a bunch of checks to get there. But going
Matthias
into
also
the
just
quarry
bought
shop and
ladders to
finding
Dark
their own
Tomb,
ladders.
so
Whoa, Crealia found a way out from. Oh no, it's not open. That door's not open, so they're
yeah.
not going to be able to hang out there. But found a way to lower quarry, as long as they can get to upper quarry first. Meanwhile, looking at the shop, seeing what else they can find. Beauty still hanging out in the quarry. Also hanging out in the lower quarry now. Looks like they found the scavenger mask, probably relatively early, so no toxic miasma for them. And finding a way back up to the upper quarry from that lower area. And we'll see what their next entrance location is, where they're going to head to from here. Because that's probably most of the quarry cleared out. Oh, having prayer now also with the laurels for Crealia allows them to open up a lot of the fuses, which can activate certain teleporters or activate certain doorways that are otherwise closed no matter what you have. So that's a pretty big find for Crealia. I think they've had prayer for quite a while now, but now they can check kind of the entrance locations here in the corner of the overworld and see if they can get anything great from that.
Crealia does also have a sword, which I may have missed. I think they're the only player with a sword currently.
I think that is
but that
true.
gives them a
That
little
looks
bit
like
more leverage
Mhm.
getting through some of these areas.
Matthias did finally find their stick, so that's good. A little bit more progress there. And yeah, we're seeing another hint towards the sword upgrade in the ladder seal temples, which that kind of sounds like both players' sword upgrades are in ladders sealed temples.
Oh, that would be very funny.
That would be very funny.
Beauty did just get a hint that the entrance seeds blue questagon is in the ladder seeds quarry, which actually both ladder players are currently in the quarry, so we might see them find a blue questagon very soon.
Yeah, if they find that blue questagon, both of our entrance rando players already have the red questagon, so they will be a questagon and a knowledge check, because they don't know where the air is, away from beating their side of the game.
Oh, does Beauty also have the red questagon?
Yeah, Beauty has the red one too.
I'm going to jump in again because we have another donation for $20 from Scarcerer, and they are throwing it down towards making Potato Sprite Egg, which is going to put Egg back in the lead for the Sprite bid war for Potato. So if you're anti-Egg, you're going to have to pony up to banish the Egg to the Cleft of Dimension. But I'll turn it back over to both of you.
I'm personally happy to see Egg banished to the Shadow Realm. So keep the money up for Aerith.
We see Corellia in the beneath the fortress, which is in the other dark area in the game. Corellia does not have the lantern either, so we're seeing a lot of players doing lanternless strats, which just warms my heart.
Yeah, Corellia was hanging out here earlier. Corellia also showing off one of the accessibility features. There is a arachnophobia setting in the game that's been added for the randomizer. So all of these kind of little runic bars here are the word spider written in the Tunic language rather than the actual sprite for the spiders.
We have fun here.
Yeah, it's a great feature. Amada getting trapped once again and deciding they are having none of it and teleporting back to the overworld. Did Amada clear out their quarry? I don't think they did. I didn't see.
I don't think so. I think they may have left
come up
in search of like a sword or wand or something first, which is reasonable. Matthias seems to be sticking it out for a little bit longer. So
yeah, the quarry is a really interesting place.
I don't know if either of them have gone further, like lower into the quarry. That might be where it's hiding, because I don't think they both have the mask though. So
yeah. Well, there's also a lot of traps coming up. The quarry is a really interesting place because there are no zero. I think actual zero items that are gated by stuff like prayer or Holy Cross. It's all gated by whether or not you have the capability of just fighting through the mess of enemies that are located in the quarry. I think there's like one check that's behind Laurels. You need Laurels,
yeah.
To get to it.
Yeah. There is also a ladder in lower quarry, so maybe that's the reason they're hesitant to go down there. But there are checks in lower quarry that are before the ladder, because I don't know if they have that ladder yet.
Is lower quarry ladders separate from upper quarry ladders?
I think there's only one ladder in quarry that's shuffled out, and it's the it's like once you go into the miasma, there's a ladder that kind of there's like a drop off point. It's that ladder specifically that like drops you off to the very like bottom floor. But there's lots of checks like before that ladder, so they have reason to still go up to that ladder. But maybe they're just waiting.
Yeah, it feels like the whole race is kind of on the ladder's shoulders right now. Like there's definitely still other progression to find, but this kind of race to get to the blue Questagon, wherever it may be in the quarry, is like kind of on edge about it.
Looks like Beauty's looking at Siege Engine, which just has an ice bomb on its head, so he's opening out of there. No reason to fight that boss.
Right back out. Corellia tooling around in the ruined atoll. So that's gonna, I think, with prayer is gonna get them access to another portal in the center soon.
Amada is diving deeper into the quarry, so we might see.
Yeah, Amada's making good progress. I think that early death notwithstanding, they are now a little bit deeper than Matthias has made it. So
yeah, I think there's 3 out of 28 checks are locked by that ladder. So there's a tiny chance that ladder will be critical.
Yeah, Matthias. Looks like Matthias does not have the scavenger mask, so that makes their progression into this lower area of the quarry a lot more fraught. Very, very dangerous running around here because after spending more than a couple of seconds there, after spending a couple of seconds down there, any attack will just instantly kill you.
Matthias's fox color made it look like. Wait. Oh, I can't tell. No, it's just his fox color makes it look like he has the mask on.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's just the coloration. Oh, there's the blue Questagon. Okay, so it's people on that bridge.
It's the last check before the ladder. So
so definitely getting rewarded for their perseverance.
I think it's a very funny spot for that chest to be, because of how like brightly blue it is. If you don't have the mask down here, your screen kind of gets like flooded with like a big purple like screen effect that might make that check very hard to see for Matthias. We'll just have to wait and see. But it looks like they don't have that ladder yet, so Amada's just turning around and heading on out. I guess one more check to find, but
oof! All of those snipers down at that area right before the vanilla gun check. It's costing Matthias another death. Has his checkpoint set here in the quarry, though. He's dedicated to getting deeper in. Meanwhile, Amada freed from the quarry and looking for something else to do. I thought I saw ladders near Dark Tomb for Amada. So maybe
Yes,
we'll
I
see
believe I saw that
her
as well.
heading up towards that kind of upper left portion of the overworld. Northwest. Beauty now finding the entrance to his own cathedral, which I think Crealia has been through a while back. And Crealia still cruising through the atoll here. So a lot of checks available, I think, to both of our players. I wonder if Matthias is in this position in Quarry because he feels like he's stuck with other progression. Or if
Yeah,
this is...
he certainly knows that the blue Questagon is here. I'm
Yeah,
sure
he
that
got that
Beauty has
hint.
relayed that information. But the difference between Amada and Matthias here, I don't know if we quite explained what the mask does, but the lower parts of this area are kind of covered with these like corrupted like stones that when you come down here without the scavenger's mask, it drains your HP to 1. So the entire time that Matthias is running through here without the mask, he's only at 1 HP. So one hit from anything, and he's sent back to his he's sent right back to his checkpoint. So he kind of has to just like run, hope to get one check, and then make another run for it. So we'll see if it pays off for him. But
yeah, it's very dangerous. This is one of the things that you really don't want to be doing. But knowing that a Questagon is on the line, he kind of has to be there. Crealia, meanwhile, finding their way into the Beneath the Well location, which is another really, really dense set of checks. 14, probably 13 checks available, given their current progression and what else they have found. I don't know if they've found their way into the furnace yet. But a lot of checks that are available just immediately upon entering the location, especially with the laurels available.
oh, Amada got laurels. Did we see where that was?
Ooh. I certainly didn't. I wonder if it was in Beneath the Well, because I know
It
that
looks
was a
like
recent
it.
thing.
I believe it. I believe it had to have been because it's showing up on Corelia's recent items section. So I think Corelia found that in the well just now. So we'll see. We'll have to look out for when Beauty heads that
Yeah,
way. 'Cause
so they found
be...
that entrance from Ruined Atoll. So if Beauty decides to head back to Ruined Atoll, then that'll
Oh,
be really
really?
good for them.
Oh, I do have the tracker. That's right.
Yeah, I have the tracker open. It looks like
Oh yeah.
Frog's Domain.
Yep. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So we'll just have to see because they both Beauty has access to that and has had access to that for a while, but it's really difficult for the ladder players to get their laurels hit. So that one was kind of just up to chance.
Wow, that could very well be what makes or breaks this race. If Amada has these laurels for a significant amount of time before Matthias does, not only just the speed of moving around, but also the amount of stuff that gives access to without needing the ladders for. Like, it's a much bigger deal for the ladder player than it is for the entrance rando player.
Absolutely. It looks like Matthias might realize where his blue chest is because he just got the ladder dropped out. So this might be the last run we see from Matthias into Quarry before he decides to head elsewhere.
Yeah, there is only so much more that he can do in this area. So I'm kind of rooting for him at this point. Like, come on, you can do it. You can go get it. Looks like he has, in fact, gotten all of the other checks, though. So if it's just this one that's left.
I hope he takes out those enemies. Okay. Oh, they might follow him still.
No!
Sometimes they get a little... Oh, okay. He's got it, though. He knows where it is.
Yeah, he knows. That's so rough. Crealia still hanging around in dark places without the ability to see. Beauty also now hanging around in dark places. God. Is this I think Beauty's in bottom beneath the
Beauty's
fortress.
in the fortress, yeah, because there's spiders.
Crealia meanwhile in dark tomb. Oh, entered from below. That's why this is where Crealia is. Found an entrance from swamp into Dark Tomb from below. So they're doing Dark Tomb backwards, lanternless.
Oh, Matthias got the blue quest again.
There it
Nice.
is. All right, so both of our entrance rando players now one Questagon away, and also still looking for their air location. So, oh, Beauty's going to take out the Librarian. I don't know if we've seen a hint for what the Librarian has. I know that Crealia wandered into here and immediately turned around. Beauty, yeah, Beauty doing the death.
Oh, he's doing like the
Death blade.
old school strap. Oh, maybe not.
No, I think that's right. That's exactly right. I think he got the Librarian. I think he did actually get that kill.
No, he got knocked off the ladder.
Did he? Oh no.
Yeah, he was doing the strat. He was sitting at the very top of the second ladder, which means you kind of have to get like really lucky because that strat, if you climb any further, you'll hit the death plate. But the way he started that was he threw a bomb. Because if you throw a bomb, you don't have enough time to actually climb below the death plane, so you have to sit at the top of the second ladder and hope that the Librarian will do the right attack, which is less likely, but it still can work.
Yeah, I'm
Doesn't
we
seem
have
like
a
he's
sword
going back
upgrade
there,
hint
though,
for Crealia.
so-
Yeah, I'm used to seeing the I'm used to doing it with the lure because that's much easier and gives you a lot more buffer
Did
time
that
to kind of
say?
get out of the way.
I think it said 20 fairies was a sword upgrade.
Was it 20 fairies? Oh no, how
I think
cursed.
so. I think so.
We did already know that there was a sword upgrade in the fairy hiding spot, so that makes sense. It was either there or behind the Holy Cross.
I'm going to jump in here real quick just to
Yes, please.
reset at the top of the hour. We are doing the Final Fantasy Rando Marathon Winter 2025. We are raising funds for the Burned Children's Fund. Some of their current work includes providing funding for patients and families' basic need during treatment, such as food, lodging, clothing, and transportation, so they are able to focus on recovery. How you, as a viewer, can help out: one, spread the word, let other people know this is going on. Two, we do, and I'll get the link in chat, have a Tiltify set up where you can donate. We'll read out your comments on the air, and there are also various incentives by which you can influence this and upcoming runs. We still have that enemy rando. I feel like our players are having a little bit too much of an easy time getting through this seed so far, and we should mix it up. That's just my opinion, but we can make that happen with $60 more of donations towards that incentive. I'll throw it back to this fascinating race in progress and our excellent commentary team.
Thank you, Fitz. Oh man. So I think we found a red Questagon for our ladder players as well. If I was reading the item screen correctly, I believe Matthias now has 2 Questagons. And Amada's tooling around in West Garden now.
Beauty is about to find his attack hero relic, I believe.
Oh, good. That's an important one. And Matthias is, that looks like beneath the fortress? So much lanternless action here.
I think that's Dark Tomb because he's getting
Oh,
hit
is
by
it? Okay.
spikes. Yeah.
But yeah, Amada taking advantage of those laurels and the ladders to West Bell to hit the West Bell on their way into the garden from the top. So kind of doing West Garden backwards, skipping Garden Night as is tradition. And finding their own ladders to Lower Forest. Interesting. We'll see whether or not that comes into play anytime soon, given that they are very far away from that location at the moment.
Yeah, not a ton of checks down there, but half of them are either or anyway, or Holy Cross locked. I think there's actually two chests down there that are just freely up for grabs. But...
Yeah, there's 2 checks that are easy. Then there's the Holy Cross chest. There's the Ice Slime chest.
There's one at the guardhouse too, so I guess 3 that are just...
Yep, there's that red Questagon for Amada. I wonder if Matthias has already been to West Garden, which seems unlikely, but he was
I think that might be where he's going right now, because he's going through Dark Tomb, so I think he might be en route to West Garden.
Okay, so maybe I misread the item screen. Because yeah, Amada just
I think
found
we
their
I think we got a
Questagon.
hint that it was in West Garden. So
Yeah, this is now the tail end of Dark Tomb, so Matthias is almost through. Making good progress. Beauty into Frog's Domain proper. So a decent number of checks here. And Crelia getting bullied by snipers, as is tradition in the quarry.
it's a good thing. It's a good thing they only have Trap Link and not also Death Link, because
Right?
this would be
Oh.
taking way longer if they also had Death Link.
That would have been such a trial. So just keeping an eye out and trying to figure out what progression each player has. It doesn't look like we have Holy Cross for Amada yet, although I think at this point all of the players have Prayer. Okay. Only the... Is that green the upper one? Green is top, blue is bottom right? Questigons?
Oh, in the menu
Yeah.
screen?
Yeah.
I think the top one is blue.
Okay. Okay, so only the blue Questigon for Matthias. Amada
Okay,
now,
yeah.
we know, has the red Questigon. I think also has that blue Questigon. So that's a decent amount of progress for Amada. Although Amada made it through the quarry a lot quicker, so it's not surprising to see that Amada is a little bit ahead of Matthias at this point in terms of progression. But Amada making it into the well from the furnace side. And I don't know if we've seen the well ladders, but this is a large number of checks to get, so this is really, really convenient. Oh, it looks
They're
like they
doing
do have
ladders
ladders in
at
the well.
least.
Nice.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Matthias taking another run at Lanternless Dark Tomb. That perseverance really coming in handy, I think, being able to get through, continuing to try his hand at the various locations that he finds himself stuck in. We get anything cool out of Frog's Domain for Beauty? I don't think I noticed anything happening.
I don't think I've seen anything either. He does have the recent items thing turned off, so can't really see
Wow.
super well. I think he may have gotten all of them though, because he's...
Yeah, I think that was
Just
probably the
shouldn't.
last check for him.
Oh, maybe not.
Well, he got the screen straightened out and then also flipped, like double trapped.
Oh yeah.
So like I'm kind of with Beauty at that point. Just take the death. Take the death and come
Oh,
back
he
to
might
it
be
when you can see.
going to check the exit to see where that leads.
That makes a lot of
Because
sense.
he has not checked that one off on the tracker yet. So
We have a Questigon hint for Crelia pointing towards East Forest, which I think is probably lower East Forest if I had to guess, since I think both of our ER players have found East Forest otherwise.
yeah, I think they've both been to. I think they've both been to all of East Forest, so it might be.
Maybe one of the Holy
Might have
Cross
been
checks.
Laurels or Orb that they didn't have. Oh, it could be. It's not Ice Grapple, is it? Oh my gosh.
Oh wow! You know what? I have never
Oh, it could
actually
be
played a
Holy
scene where Ice
Cross
Grapple was
too.
the which one?
If they have,
Yeah, the Holy Cross.
it could be Holy Cross. I don't know if any of them have Holy Cross or not. There's a couple of those.
A good point. It might also be in Ladder's game. I don't think I quite saw whether it was their own East Forest or the Ladder's East Forest.
Yeah.
Using the orb now to get to the Vanilla Quarry entrance for Crelia, which takes her to through a corridor to Lower Zig. Okay.
I just got Holy Cross, so speaking of,
Yeah,
Amada
probably going to
has,
see some backtracking there.
yeah, quite a lot of hit checks actually just opened up for Amada. Matthias heading into West Garden still doesn't have Laurels. I think it's been about at least 10, maybe at least a 10-minute lead on Laurels for Amada.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
a
it's
little
been a
bit more,
while.
10 or 15.
Crealia scoping out the boss scav location and seeing something not worth fighting the scav for. And deciding not to take that boss fight, and now we're going to go through Zig backwards, which is always fun.
Yeah, Ziggurat is one of those areas that's very annoying to get to in like a normal rando because it requires a handful of progression items. You have to go all the way through the quarry, and then you have to go through this whole dungeon to get like to the most check dense area, which is at the very bottom of the Ziggurat. Obviously, entrance rando kind of takes all of that away. There's a couple of other setting options as well that can make this area show up a bit earlier than normally it normally would. So it becomes a little bit less of a nuisance in those cases. But
I find it interesting how often some of the pairs end up synced up, right? Beauty and Crealia both hanging out in the Ziggurat right now.
that's happened a lot this race,
Mhm.
which has been really interesting to see.
But
Like
at
I
the
look
same
at
time,
one
we know
screen
that
and I'm
Beauty
like, oh, they're
hasn't
in
been into the
Ziggurat. And I
well.
look over, so is the other player. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Beauty not being to the well yet for Matthias's Laurels may very well still be kind of the key contributing factor here. Matthias sees that red Questagon chest, so that's going to get found now. And that's going to be 2 Questagons for Beauty, I think. Oh no, that's their own Questagon. Okay. So yeah, so now that's 2 Questagons for Matthias. Amada. Oh, there's the green Questagon! And it is, in fact, Entrance's green Questagon. So that's all 3 Questagons for Crealia. That's such a big find.
They still haven't found the air though.
They
so
still haven't found the air though, yeah.
Corellia might just be in a mad dash to find the air, which is basically just check any entrances that haven't been checked yet.
Yeah.
Speaking
I think
of the
looks
well,
like they're immediately getting out of there, no longer playing around in the Ziggurat. Sounds like they're gonna go spend some money a little bit on stats and probably beeline for their sealed temple in order to drop those Questagons.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll want to keep an eye out for if Beauty goes to either Ruined Atoll, Swamp, or I believe Upper Ziggurat. All 3 of those lead to the well. So
yeah, those are all going to be pretty major things. But Crealia going to spend a little bit of time and a little bit of menuing in order to drop off those Questagons to unlock the air fight once they eventually find it, which still is in question.
correction, the Zig connection to the well is at the top of the elevator, which is a one-way. So Swamp or Ruined Atoll is where Beauty wants to be heading at this moment. But Matthias did get the red Questagon in West Garden, or red Questagon in West Garden, which is good.
And now has their own ladders in the well. I don't think we found anything particularly impressive in the ladders well, so that may end up being a bit of a red herring. But we don't really have the next destination for our ladders players yet anyway. Although those lower forest ladders, yeah, Matthias just like notably 10-ish minutes behind Amada now, just kind of following in their footsteps. So that's the lower forest ladders that Matthias is going to need in order to be able to get the final Questagon for Beauty. And I don't know how fast Matthias is going to end up heading that direction, given they still have a bunch of other places to look.
Yeah, because I believe Matthias also doesn't have Holy Cross yet. I didn't see where that came from for Amada, but I think it was sent from Crealia. So we'll just have to see how that plays out.
Well, Crealia showing off tech that I didn't even know was possible. Getting up on those particular the top part of the gate over the entrance to Swamp.
Oh yeah, that one's a little.
That one's
tricky,
finicky.
but
I've tried to do that before
yeah.
and it's not worked. But yeah, Amada going through the overworld with all of those Holy Cross checks.
We still do have I don't know if either of our ladders players have uncovered their Path of the Hero coin toss hint. Amada might actually be close to discovering that.
We found it! We found it! Oh, Corellia's about to... This is it! Corellia's
Oh
going
my
for the air!
gosh. Wow.
So it was through the entrance from Swamp into the cathedral, into the cathedral gauntlet area from behind. So I think Beauty has access to that location. I think Beauty has been near there already.
Oh, it was the lower entrance to the gauntlet.
Yeah, lower entrance to the cathedral.
Wow, that's a good one. Wow, okay. So we might see a very early goal from Corellia here.
Yeah,
but this air fight is pretty tough. So
yeah, true. This fight is terrifying. Corellia is one of those people that I trust to be able to do it, to be able to execute this fight. But also, Corellia doesn't necessarily have all of the tools they could want, right? Like, they have a little bit of HP, their stamina and their mana is sealed here still. And I don't know whether... I think they found their attack relic, so they should have a decent enough damage here. But this is always scary. Always, always scary. Yeah, I'm looking at that potion usage, and it's not providing a whole lot of HP. So I think there's still quite a few stats that Corellia is missing right now. Taking an unfortunate death. We'll see if Corellia decides to come back to it immediately or go hunting a little bit more for stats. Whoa! Okay, so and Amada found their own green Questagon, which I don't think is the last... Is that their last Questagon?
I don't know, actually.
Amada's running for the Seal Temple.
I know they have to have at least blue, right? Because Matthias also has blue. Where was the green one at, actually? Was that...
So the green one was just now under a Holy Cross check.
Okay. So that was actually... Both green Questagons were a Holy Cross check in the latter worlds, which is fascinating.
Yeah, that's rough. Where is Amada headed now, though? Still going for checks.
I believe that is all three for Amada, though, because Matthias also has red and blue. So I believe now Amada has red, blue, and green. But we'll see if Amada is prepared to take on the boss or not. Oh, Amada doesn't
checking
have
for
prayer.
some Path of the Hero wins. Yeah.
I don't think. So prayer might be in the well. Or it could be an overworld. I don't know if that hint statue was lit up or not, to indicate if they've gotten...
that hint statue was not lit up.
So it could be that their prayer is like Holy Cross locked in the overworld, potentially. Either way, I think Matthias was fighting Guarded Knight. I didn't see if he was actually successful or not. He just found Holy Cross, which is nice. That's going to be actually going to be necessary for him to finish the seed. I didn't see if he rung the West Bell or not, or if he's going to go to the Seal Temple or not. He needs to get that Laurel Scent ASAP to Beauty, but Beauty also doesn't know where the well is. So Beauty is in the swamp though. So if Beauty goes to the swamp shop, he'll actually be in the well, and he'll be able to find Matthias's laurels.
Corellia making some good progress against the air, actually finding a stun loop, I think, using the gun in order to stagger the air and then get some extra hits in. But unfortunately, not quite being able to execute it. Definitely still going back in there though. Not a lot of MP to work with, so not a whole lot of gunshots available. Maybe managing to do some quick menus for berries, but
yeah, I don't know if Corellia has the ice dagger and the fire wand. There's a very cheesy strat you could do against this boss where you like freeze stunlock them repeatedly, which I believe all of the runners have disabled that for this race. So Corellia, we're going to see some interesting strats coming from Corellia for this fight for sure. Because I don't think Corellia doesn't have the shield either, which normally would be used to parry the boss, which is also a really effective strategy. But even without that, we're gonna see what Corellia comes up with here.
Some good positioning here, able to get the air dodging into the wall.
Phase 2.
Moving into phase 2. This is, I think, the second time Corellia's hit phase 2. But with some good dodges and some good gun usage, I think she could get it right here. There we go. Another stun with the gun. Very strong. And then running away. Unfortunately, needing to run away because of these
Imagine she also
huge
has
AoEs.
Orange Peril Ring. This game has like an RTSR equivalent, so if you're at low health, you deal double damage, which is also very handy against the boss. Ooh, not quite.
Getting tagged by that AoE. That's rough.
It's okay. It just gives
Amaya?
more time to the other
Yeah.
team to catch up.
Yeah, the
Looks
other
like
players
Beauty's
definitely
also
have a lot to still do.
Beauty's also
Oh,
going
Beauty's
for
going
that.
for it!
Come on. Oh, the L targeting on that enemy is kind of
Yeah.
messing
So-
up. Yeah, this little skip that he's doing, you can skip across the top of that gate to the other side, or vice versa, because that other path is kind of connected to the upper entrance to this location. So actually, if he does this, he could get himself. Actually, if he does this, he's getting himself access to a lot of really valuable information. If he could get across there, oh, not quite. It doesn't look like.
Yeah, this is
That would put him
yeah.
on the path to finding his final boss room at least.
Right, yeah, he would know where the air is, at least. Even though he's still missing his final questagon.
Oh, I think he's going to go for it, though. I think he just wanted to get the enemy out of the way. So
I believe that.
he gets at the
You
other
can get
side
up there
really
like that?
quickly, but...
Dang, alright, now I know how that works. I'm gonna have to take advantage of that strat in the future.
Oh, the screen flip is going to be...
An
Actually,
unfortunate...
it might work out for him. It might work out. Oh, I really hope he gets this. It's really finicky. It's, like, so precise.
Australia going in for another shot. This is now, what, attempt number 5 or 6, I think, on the air, maybe more?
Yeah. Oh, he made it. He made it. Okay, so Beauty's going to find... Hopefully, yeah, Beauty's going to find his final boss. No, go back. He's going to find his final boss room right now, which is going to be huge information. I don't know if he still only has a stick. Both of our right side team still only has a stick, though, so he's not quite prepared to fight the boss, but this is going to be huge.
Yeah, knowing
huge
where it
information for
is
him, regardless.
a big deal.
Yeah.
Yep, and there it is.
Yep.
Matthias now making all of those Holy Cross checks. So we're not too far away from Matthias finding that green questagon and putting Beauty at pretty much the same position Crealia is, needing to take the air fight and probably feeling a little underpowered for it.
Yeah, the only problem with that is I think the green questagon was in Lower East Forest, which I'm sure he has access to, but again, it's one of those, like, back of your mind, like, oh, I'll get it later, it's far out of the way. We'll just have to
that's
see.
right. The overworld
Depends if they got
questagon is the ladder.
depends if they got the hint or not.
Yeah.
They may have gotten the hint, and surely Matthias has already been to East Forest, so I'm sure he knows that now that he has Holy Cross, like, he's got to go back and bam check all those locations.
Yeah, still doing all of the overworld ones though. So Matthias is going to find his own green questagon relatively soon. Because I think it was behind the flowers on the beach. So it looks like he's heading in those directions. Yeah, Beauty found the air fight, can't fight the air yet, so is still checking additional entrances in order to see kind of what else is around here. And looks like he found not a whole lot, given that he's now backtracking into the swamp. Oh, another unfortunate death for Crealia. Now into minute 8 or 9 of the of attempts on the air. It seems like this might be the point where Crealia decides, you know what, this is not working out as well as I want it to. I'm going to spend maybe a couple of minutes going out and buying consumables or trying to get a couple more offerings or something like that, or maybe take some hints for some more relics. Yeah, only the attack relic and the HP relic, which is like probably the 2 most important stats, but also Crealia hasn't spent a whole bunch on HP. Like, that number is not very high.
I think also Crealia is in an interesting situation because I'm fairly certain one of their swords is on 20 fairies, and I don't know if they know where their other sword is. I don't know if they've gotten a hint for that. So if they're not only knowledge of their extra sword is on 20 fairies, then they might not want to spend a lot of time going to look for the other one because it could be basically anywhere. It could also be in the ladder world. We just don't really know.
Right. These RTSR strats are so painful. Like, I know they work. The orange peril ring is really, really good, but my heart is in my throat the entire time.
Yeah, this is kind of just a situation that tends to happen if you're trying to like speed run this randomizer or go really fast in it. Is you get to the boss fight and you might not be super prepared, but it's like, if I just
Yeah, I just got to do
keep
it. I just gotta
trying.
do it.
But there's a lot because there are a lot of strategies you can employ against the boss, but you know, not all of them are as effective as the other ones. Beauty is in the well now. Oh, and there's Matthias's laurels at long last.
Yep, finally.
Um,
Amada found Holy Cross for Crealia, but it looks like Crealia is laser focused on this boss fight, so probably not going to do any more checks.
yeah,
Do we have the release settings? Is it set up to release once one of the halves wins?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out when the
Yeah, I guess we'll
Australia
find out,
wins,
right?
But
Getting a lot of damage out of that orange peril ring. My gosh. It looks like they were able to get off of the stun from the echo, right? You pop your echo, you stun the air. Looks like 2 full attack cycles, and then if the gun attack hits, that's another stun. But that is very limiting on MP, and it's not very consistent. They were practicing with release. Okay, all right. So yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for Crealia to be this focused, right? Because if they release, that could put Amada directly into go mode. Matthias now checking their own cathedral entrance. Probably not going into the cathedral proper here. And
he may have been
already
coming
found
for the hint.
Yeah, I think this was one of the ones they already found.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a shame. So it's now, what, monastery or library for the remaining hint?
I believe so, yeah.
And then they will be told that it is in their overworld.
Actually, may have been a rather unfortunate time for him to have gotten laurels because he was actually just a couple ticks away. He was doing the Holy Cross.
Oh, that's
sweep.
right. And he abandoned it to go look for the check to get the hints.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunate timing. Oh, Crealia actually taking a second now. All right, so Crealia has stopped the interminable air attempts and going to use the Holy Cross to grab a few more checks and hopefully get a little bit more. It looks like looking for something, looking for a little bit more survivability or maybe a few more offerings. Something to
Really
make
got
the
the
airfight a little
MP
easier.
relic, which might give them an extra gun shot during
That's
the
true. Yeah, that would
the
also
fight,
make a
which
pretty big difference. Looks like they actually did find the MP relic, which is a nice find. Yeah. It does give them, like you were saying, Silent, does give them a couple extra gunshots. Doesn't look like they're convinced that that's enough, though. So still running around, looking for some other stuff. Oh, Matthias now hanging out in the swamp, so unfortunately not going for the remaining checks in the overworld. Nor going for the extra hints. I'm not sure. Maybe they just don't have access. Patrol Cave finding their ladders to lower quarry for Amada. Somehow I don't think that's going to be their next destination, though.
yeah, especially with how much they went through in Quarry earlier.
So they're looking at their items screen now, and I see full hero relics and all 3 Questigons, and I have to wonder what Amada is still going for.
Prayer.
Oh,
Amada
right.
does not have prayer because I think prayer is potentially 15 coins in the well.
Well. Okay, well, now they found prayer, so that's over.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that's Goma for Amada at least. Wow, these seeds were rough. There's a sword on 20 fairies and prayer on 15 coins is like the 2 worst.
Was that actually 15 coins?
I don't actually know. It may have been.
Ooh. Might have been 10.
It may have been at least 10. I know Amada was tossing coins in the well.
Oh,
earlier,
no.
But...
The coins tossed is yellow. That's 15.
Oh, it is 15 coins. Wow. Okay.
What a painful seed. Wow.
We see
Skippy,
Matthias...
what did you do?
We see Matthias going for 4 skulls. I only have to question myself why.
Very good question.
Nope, looks like he's giving up. Okay.
Next question.
Beauty's hit Rune to oh, but he's already been to the well, so it's less exciting than it may have been. Oh, now he's back at the well. Well,
all right, well, Amada starting their own air fight. So both members of our left side team now on that air fight. Amada, with all of the relics, might find this to be a slightly easier time, but still on just base sword. So not one of the upgraded swords, and not a whole lot of consumables, it looks like. Personally, I am a big believer of just buying, 6 lures and cheesing the air that way.
this might be it for Corellia. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's time for Corellia. Congratulations.
Okay, it looks like Corellia did release the items now.
But at this
Amada
point,
is
it
just
doesn't
gonna get
matter.
hit.
Amada's already in the air fight.
Yeah. It's a good thing they have item pop-ups turned off, or else Amada would be just like getting bombarded
Yeah,
with
frozen forever.
item pop-ups during this.
All those fool traps.
Oh my god, the
during
full
air fight.
traps. Okay, well I guess there's something.
Yeah, that's pretty heinous.
Okay. All right, come on, Matthias. You got some more time.
Yeah, I guess we don't really know how we're doing. Like if finishes happen at different times, what that means for the individual racers. I guess we'll just average the 2 teams' times is probably the best way to do it. Because it's not something that we had talked about beforehand. Amada's still getting more traps as all the stuff slowly comes in. Oh, but yeah, I guess both of our right side players are still missing their green Questagons, and we know that both of those green Questagons are in Matthias's world. So Matthias is now looking for 15 coins for their own prayer, as well as Beauty's remaining green Questagon and Matthias's own remaining green Questagon. So it is entirely down to Matthias to go to the right places. And this is one of the right places. We know one of the green Questagons is here in East Forest. So getting started and heading in the right direction.
Neither of them are equipped to fight the air yet, though, so they've got a little extra work to do as well. I don't quite remember where any of the swords were that the left team found, however, so... Other than the one that's on 20 fairies, which is, I think, out of the equation at this point.
Yeah, 20 fairies is going to be real hard to aim for. But here we are. Matthias is about to pick up that green Questagon for Beauty, and I think at that point Beauty can abandon whatever he's doing and just immediately beeline for the air. Given the extra time that Beauty has had to kind of run around and get some more checks, he might actually be in a better position to take that air fight too.
Okay, well, there's Beauty's last Questagon. Now it's just a matter of getting set up to fight the air. Okay, and Amada's finished at least too.
Yeah, so that is time on both of our left side players. GG's to Corellia and Amada. I think we can get them dragged up into the commentary booth if our friendly helpers are available to do that. And we'll all watch Beauty and Matthias fight through their remaining checks together. Hello, hello, welcome.
Hi.
Yep, so Corellia and Amada, congratulations, GG. An excellent 115 and 118 between the pair of you. These are great times.
Yeah. There's no way my IGT was my RTA was actually 115.
Likewise.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, those were some sketchy air fights.
Yeah.
You were struggling there. That took you a while to get together.
Yeah, I just kept failing to get that stun locked in. There's if you can do enough damage to her, you can just barely stun lock her, like as her attack is coming in.
Yeah, I saw you actually get that lock a couple of times between the power of the orange peril ring and the gun attack at like precisely the right moment in order to get that stun.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had a little more attack in that last one, which was what clinched it out. Of just that slight bit more attack, making that stun slightly more reliable. Oh.
Beauty still looking for something. I'm not exactly sure what Beauty is looking for at this point.
A sword, if I had to guess.
I
better
would like
sword.
to have had a sword personally.
Oh, Beauty's still on stick. Oh no!
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hang on, are they both still on
They're
stick?
both still on stick. Yep.
Oh no!
I didn't
Well,
even realize.
I know where two of Matthias's sword upgrades are. He's not gonna like it.
One of them
There's
is
a
on
lot
20
not to
fairies,
like
right?
about this
Am I
scene.
not mistaken?
One of Beauty's sword upgrades is on 20 fairies.
Okay, yeah. I that's this scene was kind of.
Oh,
kind
that's
of
where my
evil,
lantern
right?
was.
I don't know.
It was a little evil, yeah.
You had a sword on 20 fairies. Amada had prayer on 15 coins.
Yep.
Well, no, Amada had Holy Cross or Orb.
It was
Orb
Orb
on
was
15 coins. Prayer was mercifully not on 15 coins. That was actually that break I took. Was Amada sent me Holy Cross, which unlocked almost all of my checks in Overworld, which was where we knew prayer was, or not where we knew prayer was. We knew prayer or orb was there, and we knew the other one was on 15 coins. So once I had Holy Cross and could actually clear Overworld, took the break to give Amada the opportunity to take the gamble on if it's prayer. Now Amada is also in go mode, and now we're just racing each other to finish.
Okay. I wasn't
wait,
sure
so what
what
was
that
on-
break was, but I think you sent it right as Amada was doing their final coin tosses in the well. So it was hard to tell from our perspective which found where.
So what was on Amada's
orb
coins? Oh, okay. It was like the exact same time that you were doing the coin flips.
Yeah, no. My coins was like an offering or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember.
No,
it wasn't relevant.
Her orb was on my coins.
Oh,
okay. Because we knew
what a seed.
Coins. But like we saw Amada tossing coins right at the end of the seed, and then they got prayer, and we were like, "Oh my god, the seed is evil." But that makes
unrelated.
Still, yeah, okay.
Somewhat unrelated.
Yeah, I was just doing that because I was just like doing things, and there was a well, and I'm like, oh, I have 15 coins. It would be funny if there's something cool in there.
Yeah.
Well, Beauty's finally heading into the Sealed Temple, but still on only the stick. So that's real rough.
Okay, Matthias got his green Questicon. So I think they're both technically in go mode. They just need some way to fight the boss.
I don't know that Matthias has prayer yet, if it's behind some of Beauty's Holy Cross checks.
Right, okay. Yeah, there were a lot of moments in this race that both of our entrance players were just in the same area. Like, we'd look at one and we'd be like, oh, Creel's in Lower Ziggurat. And we look at Beauty. Beauty's just also there. You were in sync for a lot of the race, which is always cool to see.
I think part of that was due to routing. There was some stuff that Beauty just skipped. Like, Beauty didn't find well as fast as you did, Crelia. So after you had found well, after you'd already found Amada's laurels, you and Beauty were in Ziggurat or Quarry or whatever it was at the same time.
That makes sense. I think my favorite was Amada and I both being in Swamp.
Yeah.
At the same time. We're just like,
Yeah, we
we're
didn't
just
get
out
a
here.
situation where like all 4 racers were at the same point
Aw,
at the same time.
that's
That would have been
always-
really cool to watch.
That's always fun when that
Mm-hmm.
happens.
That is fun.
But yeah, they're all still looking around. Beauty is hovering on their save data, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what they're looking for here. Or maybe they're just waiting for Matthias to find something for them.
May have just misinput something.
Hmm.
Oh, wait. Oh, right. There's more traps.
Oh, they're still.
Oh, Beauty in the chat is saying Beauty started a new game by accident.
Yeah. That. I've
Wow,
done
that is so
before.
cursed.
I've definitely done that before.
I was gonna say, luckily the file select screen labels the save with the slot name, but he may have just had all of the saves just labeled as
Oh
entrance.
no.
But it would be like the most recent one at the bottom. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it looks like he's back where he should
Yeah.
be, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
He must still be looking for a sword in order to go into that air fight. Has he found? He's found all the locations that he needs. He knows where the air arena is.
I mean, I don't think any sane player would go into the air fight with a stick.
Yeah, no, fully agree.
I've tried it. No.
I've done it, but I would never do it on glitchless.
I remember somebody was talking about doing like a stick only speed run at some point as a speed run category, and they made a couple of attempts, and I think they got through it and decided that it wasn't fun.
This is where the normal entrance was. Yeah, this would have taken me a while.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to figure out what entrance Beauty is going to find if they don't or if he doesn't do the laurel zip.
He actually did the laurel zip earlier, so he knows where the arena is.
Good.
Yeah,
We were having a
Good.
debate,
As-
is this
yeah,
allowed?
we had a brief back and forth of like, okay, we talked about not doing clips. Clips are definitely glitches, but is this specific laurel zip a glitch?
Right.
So if
I'm glad
Beauty
y'all
has already
both
done it,
ended
then
up
I
doing
feel
it then, so-
perfectly fine.
I mean, Beauty is
Where does the
actively
other
doing
side
it
lead
right
to?
now.
You might have just already checked it, and I missed
Oh,
it.
the
but where
other
does
side is a dead end. It leads to rotating lights.
Oh, I guess you could come out of the hero's grave then to get there still. But where does the hero's grave lead to?
No, the hero's grave goes to rotating lights. The other side goes to the bottom of the Zig elevator.
Which comes out to
Oh, and there's Beauty doing it
Oh,
now.
okay.
Beauty literally doing the zip we're just talking about right now.
I wonder what. Oh, where was my second sword upgrade, Amada? I'm very curious now.
I know it was.
why they
I
haven't
had
found it.
all the sword upgrades. I know I had it for you. I didn't have a client open. You had 2 of your own. I think I had your second one. Where was it? Don't remember. It was relatively early.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I thought it was too. So I'm very curious as to
Well, where did I?
what Matthias has missed.
It might have. Was it in Swamp? I don't
Ooh,
think it was in
maybe.
Swamp.
Oh.
I'm still trying to trace the ziggurat path. I think it's from the quarry, like overworld to quarry vanilla entrance, like the basic entrance, the gated one, is to Zig entry, and then from there, I think that takes you to
Yeah, to back of
Swamp?
Zig. Or, sorry, which one are we trying to track? The how do you get to air without...
how you get there without laurel zipping.
Okay, that was
Yeah, it's,
Forest Grave. Forest Grave is the other end of that elevator.
Oh, I'm not talking about that elevator. Oh, no, I see what you mean. Yes, that
Yeah.
elevator. That's the problem. Okay. Wow, so it's laurel zipping or nothing?
No, you can get there. It was quarry or the portal room, I guess. I don't know where the other side of the portal room was. No, it looks like
Fortress
quarry
Grave.
to that elevator to the back of Swamp, and then zipping, and then
there it is.
Laurel's
Yeah.
all the way across the other side.
Wow, rough.
Yeah, that's rough. Oh, that's what I bounced out of Frog's domain.
Oh, so you would have had to ride that elevator, like go through that whole tower to get to the. So that was the like intended. Oh my god, that's.
Yep, that was the
Wow.
intended route. That was the intended route, and I took one look at
Wow.
that elevator and immediately turned around. It was like, I have checks to find.
I don't have that kind of time.
I'm gonna hope I find the other side of this elevator. There's a few checks like that where you just kind of or there's a few entrances like that where you just kind of find it and just nope. This will take too long to cross.
Well, we have now finally found Ladder's Holy Cross, or Entrance's Holy Cross. So Beauty has Holy Cross now, and can go and find Matthias's prayer. Is it what, an overworld somewhere?
It's an overworld at the obelisk check at the top of the map.
Okay,
That's where it
okay.
was.
Yeah.
But Beauty just trying to make his way back to that air fight and having real problems with this zip. This is such a struggle.
I don't even blame him. That it doesn't look that hard, and I say this with Beauty struggling to do it for the past couple minutes, but it is just so awkward to get into the right spot and get the right angle. Like, it's just really precise to get that one.
The upside is he only has to do it once at least, because as long as he gets to the fight, and then if he loses the fight, he'll at least unlock like a fast travel to it. So
Yeah, assuming he can unlock it. I don't know if they've found all their quest cones.
I think they both at this point have their quest gods. They just
Okay.
are lacking the means to fight the boss.
Yeah. They're both
Yeah.
on a stick. I can't believe
Yeah, they're
both on a
still
stick.
both on stick. And
Right.
Matthias is lacking in prayer still.
I am very tempted to try and find like the spoiler log for the seed.
I mean, you should be able
Okay,
to. It
well,
shouldn't
we
be too
never-
difficult. Okay,
we never
Beauty got the
found
zip. Beauty got the zip. This is not a
got the
drill.
zip.
Beauty
There
got
we
the zip.
go. Matthias getting a different zip at the same time to get a sword.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That old house sword.
I didn't get that. I don't know how to do that trick.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to do that zip either. know it's
I know
possible.
how to do it, but I don't like it. Okay, yeah, there you go. Beauty's in here. Oh, Beauty was probably struggling to do it with the weird camera angle, so
That too.
went back to an entrance.
Yeah,
to
Beauty's was
reset.
at one point like flipped and reversed.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
de-isometricized, whatever the
Yeah,
word is.
because this is absolutely what I would be doing in this situation of the just I can't do this fight, but that entrance is so far away. I want that teleporter.
I was really hoping Beauty was just gonna like show us all up and just like one shot in the air with the stick. Like,
One shot the
Nope,
arrow.
this
with
is
the
an
stick.
just like
intended
completely
death.
like out of nowhere. Like
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, this is just like you said, just getting the teleporter and having access to it later,
I
and
see.
now he can go back and do the checks that he's missing.
Has Beauty been to East Forest?
Yes, but not Lower East Forest.
Okay.
I'm really trying to remember.
There were two
Matthias
sword
has a sword
upgrades
now, at
in
least.
East Forest. Yeah. Matthias has a sword at least.
I
It looks
still
like
don't
it's
have prayer. Is
gonna-
that what we're still missing here.
Yeah, I think
Matthias
Matthias is.
still doesn't have prayer.
Yeah. But it looks like Beauty is gonna. Beauty got Holy Cross, and it looks like he's gonna go do a run
There's
around.
that Sealed Temple sword upgrade for Matthias. So Matthias now has
Oh wow.
3 swords, so he's gonna do a lot better here.
Matthias.
Matthias, you can
That
you
is-
can quit out of the cutscene.
You can just quit out, and
Oh, wait, he
that
has
is
early control.
definitely a
Never mind.
His ice bolt.
That is definitely a glitch, but whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, absolutely. I.
But you can still give him crap for it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
There is actually a third way to do it, and that is if you blow yourself up with a bomb in the middle of the
Mhm.
cutscene. That also gives you control back.
It also do with like an effigy apparently, which I didn't know for like the longest time. Like
Yeah, it
I didn't know that.
effigy skips were one of the older ways to do animation cancels. They're annoying.
So at this point, Matthias is waiting for prayer from Beauty in order to be able to fight their heir. And
Yep.
Beauty is waiting for a sword from wherever swords come from in
Uh-huh.
order to fight
And
their own heir.
Beauty is hoping that it's this, and I have
Yeah.
bad news.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where, because I think you had three. You had three of your own swords, and then I had one.
Yeah.
Or did I have one? Or did you find
Yeah.
your sword?
Oh, I could have had a third sword.
I think you
upgrade.
found your own. I think you had all of your own swords.
Uh,
I'm gonna just like pull up the spoiler
you had
log.
one. The coins was one.
Oh right, it was 6 coins.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like one of them has got to have missed something.
So that mean I mean there's
Al-
no
almost
way.
assuredly.
Yeah.
There's no way Matthias. I'm sorry. What? There's a Laurel's path there. How did I not know this?
This is the
What,
real
the
Tunic
East
experience.
Forest?
Is watching somebody play and realizing that you've
Oh,
missed
yeah, that
something this
one.
whole time.
Yep.
I recently learned about that one. I kind of love it. It doesn't come up too often, but it's nice.
Yep.
Yeah. I
I-
had no idea that was a thing.
Beauty.
With stick,
Beauty.
that's not a lot of damage.
What?
He's actually going for it.
Beauty.
I have questions. Yeah, like what?
I have questions like, how do you not have a sword yet?
I don't have questions. I just have concerns.
So.
Got his
Oh, I'm
shield?
so curious.
No Aura's gem. And that is a missed pair.
How many coin is that? Oh, he has a shield. That's why he's doing this. He loves shield strats.
He just
Oh my
got
God.
the shield like mid-fight.
Just
He-
got the
I-
shield.
Oh, he just
so-
got it? Oh, well, now he's definitely going to be
Yeah,
going
yeah,
back
yeah,
in
now he's
there. He
definitely
loves
committed.
shield strats.
I
Yep, here he
figured out
goes.
why my beast doesn't have a sword yet.
So how many?
Matthias has
You-
9
I
coins
wonder
in
if-
his inventory.
This is interesting.
That's where that's Beauty's missing sword.
That's Beauty's missing sword.
Oh, is Matthias just holding on to a bunch of coins right now?
Yep.
Yes,
Oh,
and that's Beauty's sword.
Yep.
I
Beauty's
think, unless
sword is 6
unless I'm
coins.
misrememberring.
You're not.
Yeah, that's
Beauty's
why I
sword
thought it
is
was in
6
Swamp. I
coins.
remember now because I turned in
Oh,
6
that's what you
coins
turned
in
in.
Swamp,
Okay.
and I had to gun the. I'm sorry. What? You can talk to that sign to tell what ladders you have? How did I not know this?
This is the Tunic experience.
It really is learning random stuff.
What was it? There was a ladder in a toll. One of them taught me about in a previous thing where I was commentating.
Oh, nice.
I think Beauty's about to get a sword.
Beauty might be about to finally get a
Really
sword.
Beauty's
Yup,
gonna get a sword
mid-fight
mid-air.
again.
There it is.
I
Alright, well,
pay.
Matthias has retroactively made Beauty's decision a good one.
Yeah, really. This is now a fight Beauty is very comfortable with. Like I know Beauty can do this fight with just a shield.
Mhm.
He loves parry strats that much.
Yeah, and with
But,
the sword, he's
this-
actually getting decent enough damage.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
not going to
yeah.
be here for the next 10 minutes.
No, with the sword, and I assume he also has attack relic. He's got this now. He's got this.
I would pay good money to have been in their call when that sword got picked up.
Oh, nice parry.
Right? I feel like
Nice.
Beauty's kind of running a clinic on this fight, you know?
Very
It's-
much so,
it's very
especially
cool
for
to
shield
see-
strats.
Yeah, it's very cool to see like his timing, his positioning, what he chooses to engage with, what he doesn't, and how he kind of evades. Like he's doing really, really well
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the stats that he has.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I was doing a very risky strategy that was also going to be very fast when it worked, as
Mhm.
you kind of saw. Like once I got her where I wanted her, she just melted. But Beauty is doing a relatively safe strategy that requires a lot of skill and is really impressive to look at.
Yeah.
And he loves it. He loves this strategy.
Understandable. Like, parrying is probably one of the more fun mechanics in video games. Very skill intensive, but so rewarding.
Yeah,
I guess-
especially there, the double,
Double
the
shot.
double,
Wild.
yeah, that
Yeah.
that ranged attack is how you can do this fight without anything except a shield, and it's so satisfying to pull off.
Also finding
he's-
like the individual spots, like keeping his distance mostly and not pressing,
Mhm.
and then finding the spots where he can actually get in like 1 or 2
Yep.
hits.
Waiting for those triples, which are very easy to parry. Looks like he's going to try to finish this off with gun.
Reasonable choice.
And there's GG for beauty.
There it is.
Yep.
So that is GG for Beauty and Discovery, and
Yep.
that should unlock all the things that Matthias needs in order to finally get into their own
Yep.
fight.
Yep, it looks like he's
Yeah, that was
immediately
a-
going
that
to
was a
warp back and
super
go
clean
park.
fight for
Yeah,
Beauty.
that was nice.
GG.
Man, I wish I was that good.
I wish I was that good.
Yeah.
So
I-
Matthias sitting
I do
tight,
not know
waiting
how to
until
parry
Prayer
in this
shows
game.
up.
I wish I'd had shield. I don't think you'd found shield for me.
I don't think I did.
Yeah. Matthias just powering up.
Yeah, Matthias
And
power.
waiting
for
and waiting for
the
those
barrage.
traps. Yep,
Yep.
the barrage is here.
Death.
Death.
Death by trap. Wow, setting everything on fire too. 2v2 lawnmower when?
I would unironically. I would. Oh my god, the barrage
would.
is still going.
Oh yeah.
I definitely would.
Look at all that fire.
I just remembered I can be looking at like the actual not latency version of this.
But yeah, so waiting for Matthias to find that.
Yep.
There it is. There's the
There it
prayer.
is.
Now he has it. So that is going to be access to the air fight from here.
Yeah.
And fully looking at those stats, I fully expect Matthias to make short work of this fight.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, this should be fast. Especially with 3 swords.
Deciding the overworld teleport spot isn't good enough for him. Heading
Okay,
back
to
to
be-
the
I don't
starting
blame him.
teleport spot.
I don't blame him. That town,
Yeah.
the overworld town checkpoint.
When-
Sometimes you just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's if everything goes right with it, you just walk up there and use the teleporter. But as soon as you've aggroed something, it's just kind of like, no,
It's a
no, I'm not
disaster.
doing this.
All right, but heading into the air fight, loading up appropriately, so we saw him pre-select those peppers and getting ready for combat.
I was talking to myself about how I just completely forgot to use peppers while I was respawning after the trap barrage killed me. And then I just didn't use... I'm sorry, what? You can parry that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I use orange peril strat so often that I'm usually just taking that straight to the face. But
Well,
yeah, you can parry it.
Now we can say that I've learned something today.
Excellent.
Matthias being a lot more aggressive here than Beauty was, kind of getting in the air's face and trying to get those hits in and just pressuring them. Well, with all that extra damage and the orange peril ring, that makes a lot of sense because you can at that point just stun lock the air by sword
Yep.
swiping.
Yeah.
Of course, the only trick is finding an opening, and this transition isn't the easiest to get an actual stun lock opening, I don't think.
No, we got
Ooh.
it though.
If you
Yep.
do enough damage, you just mash the
Yeah.
button and it stun
And it's
locks.
good enough.
There we
All
go.
right.
GG.
GG to
GG.
Matthias. Oh, congratulations to the other two, Beauty and Matthias, on their victories over the air. Let's get them dragged into this channel as well, and we can have the full discussion.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
What a journey that seed was, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
it-
yeah. Scipio, I hate you.
Yep.
Oh,
same
so
here.
much fun. But like, oh my gosh, I just I could not hit that skip in Swamp to save my life. I just sat there zipping forever, and it was not clicking. Tell ya. But what a race. GG's Crealia, Nolami Amata. Like, such good racers. I anticipated this outcome. Didn't want it, but couldn't lose to a better team.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you gave the air a better showing though. We were both at kind of scuffed air stats.
That was a really good air fight.
Like
Yeah,
Nice.
Thank you.
honestly, that was impressive.
yeah, that was
Thank
really
you.
good.
I was
So
really, really hoping for my shield and Aura's gem because I feel like it's a little bit of my specialty, and I love parry strats. So very happy when it came mid fight. I was just yelling into my mic. Sorry, Matthias.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
all like,
exactly.
we would love to hear like the audio during that fight when you just like go from stick to sword like mid swing, like.
oh yeah. So what ended up happening is I was like, oh hey, you know what? Hey, here's your shield. And he's like, oh, that's perfect. And then immediately went into, oh hey, here's your sword. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, we made the comment of watching Beauty go into the air fight without either of those and be like, oh, I don't know if this
Yeah.
is the right idea. And then receiving the shield, and Krelia immediately is like, oh, he loves the shield. And then
Oh, yeah, he
receiving the
does.
sword right afterwards, and then I'm like, oh, well, I guess retroactively this was the right idea.
Yep.
I mean, it was the right idea regardless, because Beauty is you're so good at shield strats. Like I
Thank
know
you.
you can do that fight with just the shield.
Although I love that I was still in the euphoria of it so much that I immediately missed a parry with it and died and had to go back in. But
Yes.
hey, you know.
That's how it goes.
But typically, Beauty's the one who taught me shield strats for air, but I ended up flipping it around, and we ended up learning, and this is kind of new for me and Beauty, that if you use the red pepper actually doubles your damage on phase 2, but not phase 1,
Interesting.
which is why I
Weird.
finished air so fast on phase 2 in like 10-15 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the damage on phase 2 was wild. I was very impressed. So does the pepper not work on phase 1 at all?
No, I have for some reason it's just one of those things where phase 2, I guess maybe they didn't code it to where it's the same stats, but as soon as you use pepper in phase 2, your damage goes up by double even with RTSR.
Phase
Wild.
2 also just has a lot less health
less
than
health,
phase
too.
1.
Yeah, it has less
Yeah,
health
yeah.
though.
As far as I know, pepper just gives you a +1 attack level for 30 seconds. I didn't know if it had a special interaction with
Well,
the air like
it breaks. It actually breaks it. So you're right. Pepper only increases it by 1, but the game code actually makes it to where it's way more damage than just 1. So it counts it way past that.
Weird.
Fascinating.
So that was fun though.
Yeah, good race from everybody. Honestly, it was a absolute pleasure to watch, if a bit chaotic. But yeah, well done, everybody. Congratulations, Krelia and Amata, for your well-deserved win, and congratulations on Beauty and Matthias for making it. Honestly, that was a rough seed. Getting to the end is an achievement, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was a lot of deep items.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm genuinely impressed at how long it took to find those sword upgrades.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no joke.
That was a lot of stick.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe. You know, what was it? I think that was my first time ever actually beating the air with just the regular sword. It might be second, but
Well, good
Try
job.
sticky air.
Please don't.
I was about
No,
halfway
I've done
through.
sticky air.
I
Oh,
tried
man.
it once. No.
Yeah, once is enough. All right. Well, I think we should probably wrap this up. We're a little bit over our estimate here. But any shout outs before we hand the mic off? Let's start with Krelia.
Sure. I will definitely shout out Scipio, who hopefully our commentators mentioned vetted the seed, and is also one of the other randomizer dev with Silent, who we will also shout out. Thank you for comms, and thank you for developing this amazing randomizer. You can find me mostly on Discord. I hang out in the Frame Fatales community a lot. I hang out in the Lady Arcaders community a lot. And if I ever stream, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Crealia.
Thank you. Amada.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Gray Googlitch for buying me the game because I did not own the game until they got it for me. And obviously, I would not be here had that not happened. Other than that, I stream quite regularly. Twitch, on PeerTube, a couple other places. I'm honestly just in a lot of places. I at least have an account, even if I'm not super active, and they all link to each other. So if you find me in one place, you could probably find me everywhere. But yeah, definitely gonna be more Tunic from me in the future. I love this game.
Excellent. I am sure everybody will be thrilled to see you in future events and future races. Beauty and Discovery?
Shout out to the FFR community for not only hosting us and picking our run to be in the show, but doing this marathon anyways. Such a great cause, such a great opportunity. We're very blessed to be able to bring this race to you all. Thank you to my partner Matthias for helping me kind of cook up this idea. We worked on it and then approached Crealia and Mata with it and got their buy-in, and we're so happy to be able to do it. You can find me on Beauty and Discovery. I usually am doing this, Final Fantasy Free Enterprise, and you will see me again running Jets of Time later in this marathon in the overnight block between Saturday and Sunday. So shout out to that community for also putting on a run and including me. Absolutely a blast. And of course, Jim and Silent for stepping in and doing comms for us. What a treat. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Matthias?
Honestly, when we started this about a year ago, we were going to do it in the summer randomizer, but obviously that was in person, so it kind of fell apart. And then real life actually came over and fell apart. But I'm really glad that Corellia, Beauty, myself, Nalami Amata, that coming together and doing this. And then when Silent and Jim tacked on board, was like, it was a very real thing. So thank you to you five for really working with me and the frustration as I'm halfway across the world in the sandbox. But honestly, I couldn't have lost to two better racers who took first and second respectively in the Fatales 2025. So I can tell you without a doubt, this was frustrating but fun, and would love to do it again anytime with these three.
Fantastic. Yeah, I had an absolute blast here. Silent, any shoutouts?
Yeah, that was a great race. Thanks for having us. If this race was cool, if you want to check out the Tunic Rando, you can find us in the Tunic Speedrunning Discord, or the Randomizer website, rando.tunic.run. There's a lot of information there as well. But yeah, back to Jim.
Yeah, okay, so first off, thank all of you for being here. I love having the opportunity to share this game with so many other people. So thank you all for organizing this, and thank FFR community for hosting. And thank you all for letting us be here. I am Jim the Eternal. I do stream on Twitch, and commentary is one of my passions. So I'm glad that I was able to be in this position and share this with all of you folks. But that is going to be it from me. So take it away.